Alright, man, try to keep this brief, breaking down the 420 Willie Nelson Snoop Dogg day of trading. So, SPY still a long-term uptrend, 52-week highs, upward sloping 50 period, 200 period moving averages. Here immediately exhaustion gap at the all-time high, clean swing back through the Keltner channel, and since then have been going sideways for about a month. Caught in a range between about 233 and 237. So, we talk about the market leaders kind of leading the way for the market, not the other way around. So, Facebook closed the all-time high yesterday. Babo closed the all-time high yesterday. So, just thoughts. So we had this, increased volume as price going up, still caught in this range, but maybe an indicator of what's to come. I don't know. Just once we get out of this range, definitely indicate what's happening more so in the markets. Talk about the top two pre-market movers. So IMNP. So it's penny stock, pharmaceutical. Big picture is we're in a long-term downtrend. Just had a reverse stock split here a couple days ago. 1 for 20. So pre-market. Gap up from the prior day's close. 100%. So, is that a huge gap in a penny stock? Yeah, 100% gap's kind of big. Still like up to, that psychological $5 level. Trades up right off the open, and there's a good fade. So weak stock, the gap's up. Could be a good trade. Other one, Night Capital. But that's just like, obviously you can just see this in the daily chart. It's just a huge gap to all-time highs, and it's like doing nothing. Just, anyway, not even worth talking about. Go with my trades. So just like, following a process on this, at least. Is this, the bad thing about this trade is this an A+ setup? No. So that's kind of the point. It's like I need to be waiting for the absolute best A+ setups. And that's why we're giving me the 5 trading tokens a week. So if I continue, this has been 2 days and I've burned through like 4 of them. So if I continue this behavior, so I have like 1 left for Friday. So like today, tonight has to be like, I have to wait for a 6 setup or I'm out of trades for the week. So, I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn one way or the other, because I'm going to be fucking sit here and just holding my dick for like 3 or 4 days, like, watching the market, do whatever and watch the sweet setups come when I can't trade. So, yeah. So anyway, what's my setup and snap? The big picture is we're in a, maybe a downtrend. Intermediately, short-term downtrend, long-term. We do have lower highs, not really lower lows yet. So we haven't really, since we put in the all-time low, haven't really made a lower low. So kind of just going sideways here. So I guess the real breakout is above this level. Not really this narrow range inside day, so just like I'm not taking the good pieces here. I just noticed this is kind of a level on the, couple days that share the same level, so that's not really much. And then I would definitely argue that this is it's going up without me entry. I think I got in somewhere like right in here. I was trying to call it like a prior resistance become support, but I got in like right there somewhere like and I fucking tried to set my stop, and I ended up closing out the position. So I'm gonna give myself a mulligan on that, because shit like that will happen. But ended up getting back in. My stop was back down here, so yeah. Anyway, the thing that rubs me the wrong way today is you can see I traded blue, but not when I was supposed to, because fucking around with this causes me to not be looking at this. So I've been stalking blue for fucking however long. I don't know how long it's been on my watch list, but I've been watching it for a long time. This 83.20 level, and just watching it, and just waiting for it to break down. And so, yeah, sorry, I didn't say the sector. So this is a biotech. Oh my god! So at all-time high, 52-week highs, But since there's some weakness in the background, kind of making lower highs into an obvious level that I would rank at a 7 or maybe even an 8 because we've touched it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so many times. They're just kind of like making lower highs into the level. So this is like definitely one of my favorite daily chart patterns. So basically, the trigger is once we break this level, volume should start to come in. So, definitely. So we open up. That's constructed for a short. Immediately test that level, pop back up, lower high, test the level again. So right there is where I should have been entering. There was a little bear flag right here. Could have been entering on. There's a prior support, becomes resistance entry right here. But I didn't take any of those because I'm a sucker. Really, I didn't take this one. I don't know. I feel like I was chasing it. I wanted to be in here and I missed this. So maybe I could have thrown this one on here. Still had a nice little chop, but anyway, just mentally I was like, I don't deserve to fucking trade this because I missed the two best entry spots, in this trade. And then, this is a bit, exits can be a bit subjective sometimes. So I'm wondering, like we talk about holding. If you plan to exit a wide range day, right? Most of the time the wide range days are going to close on the low or the high of the day, right? So in this situation, we would assume if blue is a wide range day, it's going to close on its low. That being said, there's support down here, so I guess could have anticipated there would be potential support down here. So where's the sweet spot in that? Because obviously you don't want to be, let's say you do get the optimal entry, you don't want to be fucking $4 in the money and then end up making 40 cents on the trade. So what's the sweet spot as far as exit strategy goes? I know that we're going to I don't know where I was going with that. So I know that in the long run, it's best to just hold for those wide range days because you might give profits back sometimes, like in this, but on those massive days, you're going to catch the whole move. So, I started shorting like somewhere in here, like after the move was over, after there's a change of character, just not a good trade. Just trying to trade it because I missed it all the way over here. So, it's just in attentiveness. I mean, this is a perfect trade. This is like, pop, touch the level 2 times, pop off the level after 10 o'clock. Boom, flag right here. It could have been easy. Could have been easy right here. So should have made some money off this today. Instead, I did not. So, other good trades today. DGX. So this isn't like the best setup, but it's just like and I don't really like because it doesn't trade very much like intraday. So maybe it's got a history of some wide range bars, but like I don't know if I'm just cherry picking this just cause. So obviously 52-week highs, long-term uptrend. It's kind of going sideways, high level consolidation for about 34 bars. That's about a month and a half. So the trigger as we break it, that's a setup, just going sideways for a month and a half at 52-week highs. Break out to the 52-week high, and then it is a gap up, so maybe a little hesitant, but we have an intraday trend change at that point, so higher, higher, low, higher, 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 low. Basically anywhere in here you could have been buying, and this does close on the absolute high of the day, so who knew a 52-week highs with green skies above would be a good trade. Same with shop. Show. So, we broke out to 52-week highs on the prior day. So shop is software, tech, long-term uptrend to 52-week highs. The trigger is we're still not extended outside of the Keltner channel yet. This is a prior resistance level, so we break out from the prior day's high. Start going sideways off the open. Start making higher lows into the opening range. break out. There's a window. Prior resistance becomes support. Who knew that would be a great trade? There's a low risk entry. I mean, 28 cents to make $1.50. 6 to 1. So Sharp's like a stock I've had on my watch list for fucking ever. Saber. Not the best one. I mean, what's the setup here? I mean, this long-term downtrends and it's a tech stock, so at least that's it's kind of good. Had this level that we were looking at to kind of play off of. Intermediately had a lot of volume come in. It's got above that level yesterday, and then I guess you could argue we had a little sideways action there. So intraday just kind of go sideways up the open. Kind of above the prior day's high, so just like holding around that level. Once a breakout, maybe could have been entering somewhere here. Not my favorite trade, but just like kind of arguing that they were better trades than like Snap that I took today. So any of those are probably pretty good trades. Blue is definitely the trade I didn't want to miss today because I've just been stalking it for weeks now. It's sort of frustrating that I missed a trade that I've had on my watch list for so long. So I just wrote that in my notes. It's just like I think I thought I was gonna see the level in blue or just like be focused when it was time for the blue breakout to happen. So I didn't actually have an alert set there. So that's mistake number one. Number two is that I'm trading a marginal setup in Snap, whereas blue is that monster level, and I definitely need to prioritize one over the other. It snaps on an A+ trade in the first place, so I shouldn't be trading it at all. Anyway, some potential setups: AOI, tech, semiconductors, long-term uptrend that met some selling at the 52-week highs, and a clean swing down to the other side of Keltner, gap up to the midline on high volume, and since then has just been going sideways. 3 days. Last day's narrow range inside day. So maybe playing for a breakout outside of 45 or 42.50. Got a lot of weakness in the background. So, MDXG. This is not a trend trade setup, but I just thought it was worth mentioning. So we had the breakout to 52-week highs on volume. But now we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 closes outside of Keltner. So, do you want to be fading stocks that are 52-week highs? Sometimes no, but this day it closed way down off the highs. So, if we got below the prior day's low, maybe a quick counter trend trade on a correction back to just the Keltner channel edge. Hog had like negative earnings or some shit, and gap down, so just kind of 2 narrow range days. Like on the next to the gap day, last day is definitely narrow range inside day. So this kind of alert levels marked 56.80 and 56.15, the low and the high of that day. So just kind of looking for a breakout either way. Preferably to the downside, since we were at 52-week highs and met some weakness, kind of double topped here at the 52-week high and since gap down. But anyway, just I keep ruining my confidence in myself because I just keep trading these marginal fucking setups. And it's just I'm okay though. It's like I will right the ship. It is a choppy market. Not that that's an excuse, but there's not a million great setups every day. So when I do find something like a blue or a shop like that, like I have to be on that shit, and can't be fucking around with the rest. So that's the point, man. All right, later.